Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Report. And I want to wish each and every one of you guys a very Merry Christmas. And my gift to you is this clip from First Take back in May 2nd after the NFL Draft. Many people wonder why I'm not a big Skip fan. Well, let's go to the tape and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Hoping that they have found their heir to Tony Romo, but it isn't the person that Dallas targeted. The Cowboys tried to move back into the first round on Thursday night to take Paxton Lynch, but weren't able to get a deal done, something Cowboys owner Jerry Jones wished he overpaid for. They ultimately drafted Mississippi State quarterback Dak Prescott in the fourth round. Mel Kiper gave Dallas a C for the draft, saying there were huge questions with the picks early, but several great picks later on. C, maybe a little average here, Skip.
C.
You know, it's maybe generous.
That's the lowest grade Mel gave anybody.
Yeah.
There were, I think, 4 teams that got C's, but that was the lowest grade. So what do you ask me, Molly?
So
what my
how
grade
would
is?
you grade your Cowboys?
Molly, Stephen A., I cannot go any lower than a B+. And I go B+ only because of how I think the quarterback situation in the draft was mishandled. Starting with Jerry speaking openly about his regrets about not overpaying to go up to take a Paxton Lynch, who suddenly turned into, I don't know, like Joe Montana. I don't get it. Where did it come from? All of a sudden, the bandwagon rolled in the last 48 hours for Paxton Lynch, and he was suddenly the best quarterback in the draft, or that's the way everybody spoke about him, including Jerry Jones. I don't get it. I told you Cardale Jones was my guy. And they had a shot at him sitting right there in the fourth round, and they took Dak Prescott. I've raved about Dak in years past on this show. He is a very good college quarterback. Cardale has a chance to be a very good pro quarterback, and he went 4 spots later to Buffalo. So I don't like that. But let's go back to the top, and let's go back to our man Mel Kiper. Nothing but respect, but Mel has been on record. You do not take running backs this high. Obviously, with the 4th pick in the draft, my Cowboys took Ezekiel Elliott. Mel would argue that there were 4 or 5 other running backs in this draft who could have similar impact behind the Cowboy offensive line. In fact, Mel raves about Dallas's 6th round pick, Darius Jackson out of Eastern Michigan, who goes 221 pounds and ran a 4.340. Okay, fine. Ezekiel Elliott can have Emmitt Smith kind of impact behind the Cowboy line. So I told you on Friday, I'm going to A+ just on that pick alone. I'm good with that. Try to keep the defense off the field because I have no illusions about the defense. It's pretty sorry right now, and they didn't do a whole lot to fix it except for the 4th round pick. You know, I know the University of Oklahoma watched every snap of every game once again this year. Charles Tapper will flash. I always talk about when I'm watching on TV, he will flash twice a game, every game, where I'll sit back and say, wow, I don't see it every play. I don't see it every series. But he will flash as a pass rusher. Former basketball player out of Baltimore, 6'3", 271, ran a 4.640, which is he's an athlete now. I think they have something in him. They might have something in Rico Gathers, their 7th round pick, who was a very good basketball player at Baylor, who averaged 11 points and 9 rebounds, 2-time Louisiana State Player of the Year, one of the top, a top high school, 5-star high school recruit. Okay, I like it as a tight end prospect, a project prospect. So to me, I'm looking at this draft as I'm pretty happy with it. I'll go B+ with it, but I wish it was Cardale Jones instead of Dak Prescott.
Well, listen, wow, that's pretty interesting. The draft expert, Mel Kiper, gave the Dallas Cowboys a C+, one of the lowest grades he gave in the NFL. Kind of interesting because nobody thought about Collins, Anthony Brown, or Dak Prescott. Not even you, Skip Bayless. Skip, it seems like I keep hearing how much you've always thought that Dak Prescott was going to be a great quarterback. In fact, you said lately he was going to be a fantastic quarterback. Yet back after the draft, you said you weren't happy about the pick and thought that Cardale Jones would become a better professional. Revisionist history? Maybe. But one thing I can always say is I stand behind everything that I say. And I dare say I was on the Dak Prescott bandwagon since before the draft. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo. And you already listened to the clowns. why not listen to a voodoo doll?
As you can see, friends, they've got me pushed up against the fence. It's a mob crowd here wanting Randy Gregory. Will I survive? I don't know, friends. He's getting a little closer. Randy, help!
Hey, pull out!
Randy!
Pull out!
Randy Gregory, your fans love you.
Hey, you're an animal!
Can you give a shout out to Cowboy Jobu and his friends?
Hey! Hey,
Inching closer and closer.
Randy, come on, 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
Save me, friends.
Come on, Randy.
Hey, come on, baby.
Randy.
Randy Gregory.